Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeToLife.com and welcome to this video which is called What do you actually want from life and how to get more clear, right? How to get more clarity. And that's a big point that also tripped me up in my life at some stages, at some points where I was like, okay, like what do I want next? What to do next? I accomplished my desires, I accomplished my goals, and then there were periods where I felt a little bit like empty. I didn't know how to move forward. I didn't know what is it that I actually should want right now, and it was a little bit weird. And then I found a really helpful approach, which is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video right here, that helped me to gain new perspective, to become more clear, to really find out on like in which direction to move and to like consciously craft my own fate. And also in the past I did another video which was called How to Get Unstuck. And there I talk about that being stuck is a state, that you can leave this state, you can also manifest more clarity for yourself by intending that, by shifting in a state where you are totally clear, even if right now you aren't. So I will link this video above right now so that you can check it out afterwards. So that's a really helpful video too. But now let's go in this approach that I want to share with you in this video. So first of all, here is a quote from Neville that's important to understand, because he said, all transformation begins with an intense burning desire to be transformed. So the first step in renewing the mind, meaning the first step in adopting a new state, internally realigning yourself, shifting into a new version of you, is desire, right? That's the mainstream of action. That's without desire, there would be no movement. So you must want to be different before you can begin to change yourself. So if everything is good in your life, you probably would not watch a video on how to get more clear, on how to find out what you actually want in life, meaning you already have a desire to do something different, to get more clarity. So that's, like I just said, the mainspring of all of it. And you need to understand that dissatisfaction, right, being dissatisfied with what your life currently reflects back to you, with your current circumstances, is, in my opinion, one of the biggest motor elements for growth and change and new circumstances, right? Because if we wouldn't be satisfied, we wouldn't engage in those teachings. Life would just flow and everything would be okay. But when you really get to a point where you're dissatisfied, where I said, I don't want to continue like that, I really have a strong burning desire within me, if it's for the relationship, if it's for a health change, if it's for the money, if it's for the business change, if it's for your lifestyle change, and having a whole new way of living life altogether, then that's the desire. You want to change something. But then sometimes, I don't know what I want that specifically. I know that I want to change, but I don't know what do I actually want, right? And that's a point that I will explain to you and how to move past in this video. And like I said, you're watching videos like this because most likely you have a desire, or you are dissatisfied to some degree. And now let's look on my explanation to that. Now the first very important thing here is always really going to the end, right? The end. So you say maybe right now, okay, I want money. But it is easier if you would ask yourself, okay, who are you as a person with financial abundance? Because you can totally manifest X amount of money in your bank account. I did this numerous times, works pretty smoothly. And then you have it there. So you can totally manifest money. I have a lot of success stories also from my side on my channel. Just scroll a little bit through my channel and you will find those stories. But later I realized that's not really the end goal, because you manifest the money, you manifest, let's say 100K. Okay, then you have it on your bank account. But if then you are still coming from a person that is seeing themselves as not financial abundant, you then try to keep it. You then try to attach yourself to that money, and then you have fear of losing it again because you're still not in a state of being a financial abundant person. So move one step further. Instead of the money, right, which you can totally manifest here and there, play with it, do it. But the more long-term approach, in my opinion, is when you ask yourself, who would I be as, in this case, a financial abundant person? How would I pay? How would people see me? How would I see people? How would I see expensive items? How would I walk through life? And then you carry this state of being financially abundant all the time with you. And even if all money would be taken from you, you don't have fear. It's not shocking you, because you know that your state provides you, that it's all within you, and that you can adopt this state at any given point, and therefore reproduce money again and again in your world. So just don't attach yourself to this one outside thing. And also, what is really important is that you should be really honest with yourself and ask yourself, do you allow yourself to actually have this desire, or are you already lost in your past conditioning? Because sometimes desires come. They come in form of feeling that we start to see that our life is boring, we're not satisfied any longer, we want a change, we want something else. But again, we sometimes don't know what to do exactly. But then we say, or we feel because of our past conditioning, that's not possible, that's too big, why me? Am I worthy of this? Can I deserve that? Should I want this? Should I want that? And then you don't take the desire as it comes to you. And then you can't move in the state of the wish fulfilled when you feel it through your past conditioning. But please realize right now again that your past conditioning, who you were up until this point, right now watching this video, has nothing to do with who you can be tomorrow, who you can be in 1 second from now. Right? One state is not really connected to another state. Right? These are two different states. So you can go from that state into that state immediately. It maybe feels very unnatural in the beginning, that's for sure. If you've been all your life conditioned and living around poverty or this circumstance or that, or you've been lonely or without the desired relationship for a very long time, then if you now go into the opposite state, of course you quickly fall out of it. Of course it feels very unnatural, but over time, if you nurture it, you can make that your new natural state. So my impulse to you, my reminder for you is, first of all, to allow yourself the desires that you have. They are there for a reason, and I will talk about that in this point here, right? You can never desire something that you cannot reach. So when you desire more money, let's just say that is one thing you feel, okay, I kind of want to change my financial situation, but I don't know, should I go for a job, a business, this and that. That's first of all irrelevant. But first of all, if you desire to make a change in your financial circumstances, then that means that whatever you are desiring, that is something that already does exist. Otherwise, you couldn't even desire it, because you need to remember what manifesting is. What manifesting is uncovering what already is. Manifesting does not mean that we create something. From our perspective, we say, okay, I created that. It was a circumstance that was never alive in my life. But actually, you just shifted your awareness to another portion of creation that is already in existence, that now was made tangible, and there you have your desired circumstances. So manifesting is making what already exists visible. That's why your desire is basically your hidden identity. And I have a really, really powerful video on that. I will link it above right now, called Your Desire is Your Hidden Identity. What you do desire already does exist. So meaning the moment the desire comes to you, the moment the desire for change, for living this new lifestyle, for having this and that, the moment that this comes to you, remember already in this second that you could only desire it because it is there, it is available, it exists already as a potential. So be really thankful for that, because it's a gift. It shows you what is present and available for you. So desire does not indicate lack. It's an impulse that, look, this is an option, an opportunity that you can now shift into and make it manifest. But now I really want to talk about this playful exercise that really helped me deeply to gain a whole new perspective on what I want. And it's this. So what you do is basically that you imagine finding a magic genie, right? So now you think, what's that for bullshit? Like, I want a real thing that I could do. But again, if you don't know what you want from life right now, if you are not really clear, what you can do is you can imagine that you find a genie, and this genie asks you how you would like to wake up tomorrow, how you would like to wake up to next week. And his answer is always yes. So you can say, okay, I would like to wake up with more money. I would like to wake up in a relationship, in this relationship. I would like to wake up in having a dream business where I serve the world and I do what I love. I would wake up having my desired type of lifestyle that allows me to travel 5 times a year, whatever it might be, right? So it's just a playful exercise that helps you to get rid of the conditioning, to dismiss all things that happened in the past. And now you have this exercise, the genie is there, and he asks you, what do you want? And his answer is yes to everything. And then why would you say limited stuff? So you wouldn't say, if your wish is actually to be financially stable, and now maybe you are in debt, then you wouldn't say to the genie, oh, okay, make me debt-free. No. Like, you would say to the genie, make me financially extremely abundant so that I never worry about money, so that I know that all the states are within me, that the state of abundance is supernatural and certain. That's my new standard to be wealthy, to be financially secure, right? You would go really to the end, when the genie asks you, when you ask your mind, what do I want? It's limited because it sees what you achieved in the past. It sees what is now there. So it sometimes has not this bigger point of view. But with this playful question, what life would you like to wake up to tomorrow? If it could be any life you desire and the genie asks you, then you start to really think bigger and you start to think more unlimited. And then you would say, okay, I actually want this. I want this car and not just this car because I think I could nearly afford maybe this car. No, you would really say that is actually what I want. So with that, you can therefore get more clarity. And I really played with this question and I got new ideas, new inspirations, new things that I weren't aware of before, right? So again, imagine you find a little genie, boom, it pops out the bottle, and this genie asks you how you would like to wake up to tomorrow. Which life would you like to wake up? Okay. And then, of course, our task. So let's just say you come up with your goals. You say, okay, I actually don't like my life. I now came to the conclusion that I want to change my lifestyle. I want to be more fit. I want to be vital. I don't want to accept that I feel very slugged down and tired and unmotivated. No, I want to be vital. I want to feel expansive. I want to feel amazing to, not all the time 24/7, but to a big degree. Then you really state all of that. You can write it down. You can become clear on it. You can note it in your head. But what we then still need to do when you have the clarity on that is that we then need to internally align ourselves to those states, to those desires, to already having that, to already being that. So you can't just think about your dream life. You can't just think about, oh, now I got a little bit more clear. I moved through the other video that I mentioned at the beginning. I moved out of the state of unclarity. Now I am more clear. Now new ideas are coming to me, new impulses. I know what I want, which happens automatically when you shift into a state of clarity, which I explained in this other video. And you also play with this question, okay, what would I want if I could have anything? If the answer is always yes, what would I actually want out of my life right now, tomorrow? Who would I like to be? Which life would I like to wake up to? And you list all of that, you state all of that, but then that's still not enough. That's a very, very, very good start. And if you do this, you are ahead of other people that are not doing that, of course, without indicating that there is any competition. But I mean, most people are not doing that. They're unaware of what they want and they just, waver through life and it's not really pleasurable. So you become clear, but then we still need to internally shift into already being that, into already having that, into already living that desired life of ours. And that is, of course, again, where Neville's teachings come into play, where we have this desire for change, then we got more clarity through those questions and through shifting into a clarity state. But then we, of course, also need to realign ourselves to having it, to being it, where this is already alive in our inner world. Because otherwise it will remain a fantasy, it will remain a daydream, it will remain an unoccupied state, right? And that's very hurtful if you dream about all of those things you now became clear of, but then you don't occupy them, right? Then you don't shift into them, then you don't assume them, then you don't live in them and dwell in them and make them natural and habitual. Because only then, if it's internally done, it can express and be reflected back externally, as you know. So if by any means you need help with that, please feel free to check out the 2 links in the video description. One is my entirely free masterclass where I teach you the basics and what to do without any hype, fluff, or woo-woo-ish talking. And the second link is my program. So if you want to work with me, you can apply for a free 45-minute consultation call so that we can see if we are a good fit to work together. Right? So that's it for this video. And I thought that's very important because we've all been there. It is quite painful if we feel stuck, if we don't move forward. And yeah, it's good when you ask yourself, what do I want from life? Because you need to remember life is waiting for you, right? Life is not just randomly happening, right? You can mold life, you can shift life, you can make basically life obey to you, but you need to insert the right states within yourself so that life gives you also what you want. And if you're right now not sure what that is, play with this genie question. I say it not for fun, it is really powerful. After this video, ask yourself if in 5 minutes you would find a genie and it would say to you, listen, you have one wish and you can tell me how you would like to wake up to tomorrow. Who do you want to be? If the answer to everything you want is yes, you can say that you want to be healthy. You can say that you want this in your life, that you want this out of your life, that you want this type of lifestyle, this type of career. What would it be? And then that should definitely lead you to more clarity. Okay? So that's it from my side, and I look forward to speak to you in the next video. Bye, guys.